pieces that are in that plane and then some pieces that set back. And then all of a sudden you start to get a little bit of a depth in there that can play well, because then you have pieces that are laying on surfaces, and anytime that lays on that surface, that gives you a place to tack on the backside. So, which you can see all the way around this, so it doesn't really matter. You just got to be clean wherever you do it. But that does give it a neat extra layer to the piece.
It almost is like a chimera, in my opinion. Like, there's so many layers to it. It's like, were you working on a second head too?
Oh no, that one was last year. That was last mission, right?
He's made a lot of heads.
He's made it several.
At least.
I was born and raised in southern Oklahoma. I'm a Chickasaw from the Chickasaw Nation, Native American. I specialized in sculpture and ceramics. I started doing ceramics actually first. I started doing ceramics like in '94. Started doing sculpture around '96. I got really interested in metal fabrication, metal casting, blacksmithing. Blacksmithing kind of came in and out of my work over the years, but casting and fabrication, all that stuff, always was kind of in the middle of it. I'm very heavily influenced by like material communication. So I like to know how material reads to the viewer and what that language kind of weaves itself into the work that's being produced. Hell, we might as well make a cooking tool now, huh? You know? And then once that one's done and you kind of lock it, just bend it out of the way for a minute. Yeah, and do the other one. Bring it back, well, you gotta bring it back in now. I still use the same kind of like raw principles of what a totem pole would do. You know, the story, it's always about a story, and it starts from the bottom and it builds to the top. You know, and so I still kind of go about it that way, but it's improvisational as it happens sometimes. Sometimes I know the direction of them, the way they're going to go, but a lot of times it's just responding to sort of an idea of a story or something I'm thinking about as I go. I do research like Native American dress that they wear for dancing and some of those components that attach to the outfits. Some of that too can be inspiration for what the coloring is going to be sometimes. Of course, this is a wild process, so it kind of just does what it does. But that is some of the things I'm looking at when I'm kind of designing these piece parts or elements of these things. They definitely start to develop their own life as they go. One thing I don't want to do is I don't want to dictate to the material necessarily everything I want it to do. I want me and the material to have the conversation, and the material sometimes will tell me what it can do, and then that opens up the dialogue between me and it. Sometimes the purity and the essence of who you are and what's in the work comes out when it needs to. So I don't want to push things when they're not ready, but it's kind of a weird way of looking at things and how you approach art.